What's up, guys? Did you miss me? Damn how I missed you, Jesus Christ! The show you're watching is called D3, Davidich Dynamic Drive, and that's going to be lots of fun. And today I'm going to tell you about this crazy bitch, a BMW M850. Here we go. When I first saw this car, I thought, what the fuck? This baby is so sexy. But I saw this baby only in a magazine. I saw it on a picture. And I thought that this car, according to the text below that picture, I felt that this car is going to be a competitor to S-Class, an S-Coupe. That it's going to be a competitor even to Ferrari. That's what they wrote in that magazine. Or a competitor to Lamborghini. That on one hand, it's going to be some incredible super sport car, and on the other hand, it will be a comfortable coupe. As always, it turns to be a bullshit, because in fact this car is neither first nor second. This is something unique. They didn't even understand what they made, because this is an M6. They simply changed that number and called it an 8. And now it looks different, it looks cooler and more interesting. And finally, this is not just a coupe. This is a car with its own philosophy, and I'm going to tell you about it. So they made the next thing. They took a very pretty face and a very nice ass, and then they combined it with a very good weight distribution, and they made a very good car out of it. But nevertheless, they came across one problem, which appeared to be the middle parts of the car. What the f*** is this line, I would like to wonder. What the hell is it doing here? Couldn't you make it smoother? It looks like an egg. At first I thought it's made for the head, but it's not. The head is over here. What did you do this hump here for? For aerodynamics? Honestly, I don't get it. Let's excuse it for not being an M, cause it's an 850, and I guess that M will have more stylish mirrors. I guess they just needed something to improve in the future. I like these air intakes for not being fake. They really work and make sense, and the airflow really go through them. This car is very well made, but this door, it's completely out of line. It's just ridiculous. Why did you have to do it like this? It's all sorts of wrong. While the work was still in progress, didn't you notice that the middle parts of the car look really f***ed up? But if you're really looking forward to buying this car, I want to show you one thing. Come with me. Let's go. You just have to look at this sexy ass. What a big sexy butt. Take your time and have fun. I'll give you some privacy. Just you, this ass, and some cool music. Just look at it. I have to tell that when I drive such cars, I forget who I am. I forget what some people think about me. And it feels like a dream. And this dream is erotic, because my body feels a real orgasm and lots of joy. That was awesome, I missed it so much. And this car is able to please me. Love this little bitch. You were such a good girl. Look how hard she tried to please me. She did her best. She's so interesting. And look at this exhaust. Well, these holes look nice, but the pipes inside look rather cheap. I don't get it. God, I like this ass. Good girl. This spoiler is so beautiful in its carbon and the laser optics. Jesus Christ, BMW, thank you so much. Finally you did it. It's so nice to see laser optics here. I just look at these headlights and I see a masterpiece, very beautiful. Thanks a lot to the guys from BMW who developed these cars, whoever you are. Though I have a reason to swear you for, cause almost for 3 years you were making but not cool cars. What was wrong? This is your first accurate shot, though wait, it's the second. The first was, I guess, the BMW M5. Everyone was worried about it's the same old engine. But you did a great job and made it competitive. Let's wait for a new Audi and compare them. You know, every time when a new car appears, we look at it and think, wow, what a design, it's so cool. And the same happened to E60, I still remember that. And one day we'll be watching this BMW M850i and see it as an old stinky bucket. And it will be a top car for some junkies, and we'll often see them in the back streets, same as it is happening now to 221 S63, that's what I think. But a human mind is a wonderful thing, the way it can create a shape out of metal and make it look sexy. Just think about it, and the example of such creation is standing before me. Anyway, we have to pay tribute to BMW because they really made a legendary car. Do you remember that 8 with pop-up lights? But that piece of crap wasn't steerable and it had some insane confusing buttons. And it acted really strange on the road. It had no BMW soul. It was just some strange but very stylish car back in the days. Mostly because of that pop-up lights. But today this shit surprises no one, so they made this. And this car surprises me at least. This is a European Nissan GT-R, and it's going to be called a BMW M8. These cars are similar, but this car is cheaper, and this car is simpler, but this car is much more comfortable. It's incredibly comfortable. It surprised me because I never thought that it's possible to make a car that steers the way this car does and keeps the road the way this car does. And at the same time it's so comfortable, that's amazing. Also, they made a wonderful multimedia system here. It doesn't lag, it works fast. It's simply perfect. I can't criticize it, I just can't because there's nothing to criticize it for. The sound of music is also good. The gearbox is fast and incredibly fast. Can't believe you really taught it to react so fast to all the situations on the road. More than that, I have to say that the safety and all road control system here are so high class. They are so reliable and they work so correct that I have never met any car that was capable of doing anything similar. Okay, let's try to change lines and check how you see the markings. Come on. So here we go, it's 20 miles per hour. It's going by itself, no hands. It's going and sees everything. I wonder whether it will see a human or a post or this sign. Come on. Damn, that was close, aren't you afraid to hit it? Wake up, goddammit, that was scary. Too close. Way too close. Okay, let's try it once again. Will you see these lines yourself? Well, yes, I pressed it and she sees them. Are you able to overrun this asshole before us? The road is covered with snow, but she sees all these lines through the snow. Awesome, that was a very good job, my girl. A great job. You know, when a man tries to tell you about a car, he needs to project everything he sees to a woman. Well, at least I need that comparison. And for me, this car looks like some sport woman. And she's about 18 or 19 years old. She's beautiful, she's thin, a figure skater maybe, because the things she does on that sleepy road and the way she keeps that road is simply impossible to anyone else. But the coolest thing about this car is its ability to transform from a sport car that is able to keep the road perfectly into an unbelievably comfortable automobile. I guess I have never met a car that had such a broad range of abilities, a car that could be so sharp in steering and keeping the road in sport mode and stay comfortable. When you switch it to the comfort mode, the car just sails. It sails the road. I don't know what you guys did to this suspension, but this is awesome. Because it had always been a problem. Because sometimes you just want to race it on weekends when the weather is fine, but sooner or later you get tired of this. And you have to switch it back to comfort because you need to pick up your mom or take a ride with a girl. Or you just need to talk the phone and you don't want to drive it like this is a Nissan GTR. At every pit. And this car is able to pass the speed bumps so easy that no other fast sport car is able to. They simply cannot provide the level of comfort this car does. It does it. Try it. And this exact car, after I had driven it, made me to come up with a decision to say goodbye to my golden X5 and M5. And I tell you why. They cannot keep up. I mean, technically, I haven't been doing anything to these cars for almost 3 years, and that's quite a big gap that makes it impossible to keep up with this bitch. And she can provide both the racing and safety. And that's important. Those cars are not same safe. My M850i is about surviving. I mean it. It's survival. One wrong movement of the steering wheel, one mistake and you are dead. You'll be torn to pieces together with that car. And this car is much smarter and it excuses you lots of mistakes. It excuses you almost everything. And after I have tested it, I can say that the way she behaves herself is amazing. It turns good. Good girl. Come on, let's do it again. Where's the next turn? I want more. Me and this car want to do more. When you look at the Mercedes E63 or BMW M5, when you look at their S's, they don't make you horny like at all. You just look at it and it's just an M5 or it's just a Mercedes. The back of the car doesn't make you feel excited. Though the owners of these cars are also quite unique and interesting characters, and these cars are the cars for egoists. And this car has a phenomenal rear part. It's very beautiful and I like it a lot. It's fresh, it's stylish, and it always gives me lots of pleasure when I look at it. I put so much emphasis on this because today there's a strong competition between car brands, and it doesn't matter which one you buy, a Mercedes or a BMW or an Audi. Or some other car maybe. The only thing that matters is to be pleased with your car so much that when you leave it you must want to look back and think, love you my bitch. It must make you look back if that's your car. But if you left it and never looked back at it at your lovely favorite little bitch, then it's not your car and you made a mistake. But unfortunately, lots of people will never admit that. They will never confess that they have bought a piece of shit, and they will try to assure you and themselves too that they bought the exact car they wanted. What I do not like. I don't like this as a coupe. But it's not her fault. I do not like its price. And it's not her fault, it's the fault of people who sell it. And I guess I will tell more about this car when there's more of them on the roads and we have some statistics about their failures and breakages. Because that's an important thing. This engine is working at its full capacity, and I don't think that someone may want to tune or upgrade it somehow, and when you floor the gas pedal when it's in Sport Plus, you will definitely lose your mind from how fast this car is. It's not same fast as an M5. If you used to floor it on M5s, then you can afford yourself an M5 or a Mercedes E63. Do it, cause this car will not be able to compete them. It's not that fast, but I can say it's somewhere very close to them. Let's talk about the interior. I would not recommend this white color to anyone. You will have to clean it every fucking day. The dashboard looks okay, though a little bit toyish. I guess it will look as a cool thing for first couple of days, but soon you will get tired of it and use only the windshield HUD. This windshield HUD works pretty good and you can find everything you need there. The wheel is amazing and it heats up. Well, it's possible to perform here something with a girl, but I don't think it will be comfortable. She'll put her knees over here and may break some button. It's possible, but hard to realize you have to tint the windows. It's better to roll the seat back as much as you can, and here you go. You're welcome. If you have money and don't understand in cars, and you want to buy some cool and beautiful car, you can buy it without a doubt. You don't have to wait for an M8, that's for sure, because first, most likely you suck as a driver, let's be objective. You just want to drive this car with a smart face, but you can't really drive it and you don't understand the shit. Which buttons to press and for what, you just switch it to drive mode and you go, and there are lots of you guys there. So I can say that this car is obvious to buy for you. It's stylish, it's cool, it stands out with its design. It's not like that Bentley, it's not that slicked. This girl is more stylish. But if you know how to drive and how to race, then you have to wait for an M8. This car. You need an M8. This car is not that fast as an M5. If you have tried an M5 competition, you understand me. If you already have an M5, I'm sure that you are gonna buy them, play with them for some time, and then you will start to sell them. And buy yourself an M8 or an M8 Grand Coupe, cause I wait for a Grand Coupe myself. I'm sure I'm gonna like it cause I like four-door cars. Cause in winter, such cars lose all the warmth too fast. When you open the door, you start shaking from cold, and everyone who's inside too. If you want to misbehave on this car and to do some funny stuff, just to be able to understand this car better, you just have to find some plain area, like I did today, and just mess around, and you will be able to understand its philosophy. An M5, for example, it's different, and it's really awesome and fun to get going on it with its rear-wheel drive, and it has the percentage of 70-30, and that is really cool. This car is different. It's made mostly for comfort, and it's cool to play with it and have some fun. The transmission works perfectly. Well, that's it. Time to go home. My name is Eric Davidich, and it was day 3. Davidich Dynamic Drive.
Дорога, снег, ночь, дальний туман, ты тайна, все фатально. Извини, но не вырваться из западни, но замерзший город, большая паутина. Я твой супергерой, ты мое наваждение. Опасность, высокое напряжение. Луна, как кинопрожекторы, непонятно по сюжету, кто охотник, а кто жертва. Из древности на поверхность подозрения, как змеи, измены на измене. Как ты нас изменишь? Мы цепляемся друг за друга, глупо. Мы распались как трупа, два трупа. Спидометр застоем мы летим. Серпантин, уснуть не будем. Ты с ним не простить, я с ней просто инстинкт. Давай сыграем в правду, кто будет крайним. Комментарии излишни, грустный смайл. Полчаса до посадки. Кстати, мне не стать им. Город молчит, ночь чил. Проснешься, прочти.